Hey guys, it's F150 here from F150 Gaming, and I'm giving you guys my review of Uncharted Lost Legacy. This is my second big major review since Sonic Forces. I mean, you could say that the Kingdom Hearts one, it was more of a quickie. That game was only like 3 hours long, so there was no point in me doing that. I was just trying to get my quick thoughts because I'm a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts series. But without further ado, let's get this started. Uncharted 4, Uncharted Lost Legacy is a solid game, and with like my other review with Sonic Forces, I'll break it down into 3 parts, which is story, presentation, and gameplay. Not particularly in that order, but those are the 3 parts, and I guess my final thoughts, so I'll finally give it like a final review. I will do a number review on this because this game deserves a number because it needs to spread the love because Naughty Dog really put some work in this one. So as for right now, we'll start off with presentation. Presentation, it looks beautiful. For a game that's supposed to be DLC that turned into a full game, it presents itself well, it looks good, the facial expressions look better. It seems like they also cleaned up Nadine's face. It could be the fact that I've noticed that Nadine didn't look real womanly in Uncharted 4, and I'm guessing it's because now she puts her hair back and she doesn't have that ridiculous afro. But it seems like they really cleaned up the faces. Like, once again, Uncharted has really good facial expressions. And I do like that about the game. So, like, literally for a game that's just supposed to be DLC, they really put some, real work into it. I don't have a PlayStation Pro or 4K TV, so I don't know if it has high dynamic range, but I mean, from start to finish, there's no blurry textures. If you look past the skies and stuff, it looks like it was like very detailed, very rendered. I mean, it was like a beautiful masterpiece. I mean, if y'all watching my stream, I mean, I made it sound like a freaking robot, but man, like I said, like this game looks pretty. For a game that's supposed to be a side game, like DLC that eventually became its own game, Naughty Dog really put some work in it. I mean, everything looks like very detailed. Like, I don't know about, like I said, I'm not a really big guy on technology and stuff. I like to do that, but frames per second, this game doesn't run at 60. I'm not entirely sure. It runs at I know it doesn't run at 30 because I know what 30 is capped off at. So I'm saying it runs at a little bit higher frame rate, and for the most part, it stays consistent. There are a couple of frame drops, but it doesn't take away from the experience of the game because Uncharted games are more cinematic anyway. So cinematic experience doesn't always have to run at a smooth frame rate. And I mean, just like everything, the game presents itself from start to finish. It's an Uncharted game from start to finish. There's no feeling like this is like a whole different game. They kept the promise. Like, that's why the game is called Uncharted Lost Legacy, not Chloe and Nadine Fraser's adventure. It's really still an Uncharted game. It really does what Uncharted needs to do with the puzzle solving and all that stuff, the gameplay. So, as I gotta give the presentation, I gotta give it a 9. It's like, it really blew me away just how much effort they put into such a budget game. Not a budget game, but more like a side game, DLC. Like, Naughty Dog really does good work, and they're probably one of the best people when it comes to graphics and presentation in this generation and the previous generation. They really go all out. Like, Sony lucked out like getting these guys. And now for story-wise, this game stars Chloe Fraser. If you don't know Chloe, she was Drake's girlfriend in Uncharted 2 after him and Elena didn't work out in Uncharted 1. And for a while, it's like she was pretty much the fan service of the game because I guess Elena looked too straightforward, I'm assuming. So they said they had to add somebody with a little bit of attitude and stuff. But Chloe looks good. And like her redesign and everything, I mean, she's supposed to be older. So, and it kind of shows that too because Chloe started off being very selfish. Like, she didn't care about nobody but herself. She liked Drake, but it seems like she wasn't down for his cause completely. Like, she only cared about Drake because he was like a thief. But this game really gives her a 180 in like her character. And she has a huge character arc too, which is good because this is kind of like what Uncharted 4 did with Drake and Sam. Big character arcs, really I'm a sucker for because that's really great storytelling. And Chloe had this. She went from being a selfish she went from being a selfish, excuse my French, bitch to like sort of heroic, but she's still the same Chloe Fraser we know. And it seems like she also picked up cues from Nathan, where she's kind of more sarcastic. She even makes like little sex puns and whatnot, like Drake does. It's kind of funny. It's kind of good to see her character come out like that. And then Nadine Ross, I believe that she had what I call like a Piccolo character arc. Like if y'all watch Dragon Ball, how Piccolo went from like being the scumbag villain that everybody hated to being one of the most beloved characters. Like Nadine's become that for me. Like she and Wraith in Uncharted 4, I hated their guts. Both of them. Nadine because, I mean, you're playing as Drake, who pretty much defied all the odds and beat people he wasn't supposed to beat. Then you got Nadine Ross, who pretty much shits on him. I mean, Nathan Drake's a brawler, but I mean, just you couldn't touch her. It's like she was more skilled and everything. Drake had to sucker punch her to get a hit in. Like he really had to catch her off guard. And she became really unlikable. Like she was unlikable, she was a bitch. It's like all she cared about was money. And I was like, God, I really hate this character. And it was so satisfying seeing her lose everything. But then you play Lost Legacy. And then she starts off the same Nadine you don't like. It's like she's still grumpy, agitated, still this big like merc. But slowly but surely, after being with with Chloe, my bad, with Chloe, she starts to change, and you get to see her real reason behind being a merc, behind Shoreline and everything, and then you kind of really start getting to like the character more. And like I said, Naughty Dog really does this right. And it's like, I guess it's their director Neil Drummond. If I think I may say his name Drummond. I think I said his name wrong. But he did, like, these moments like here is pretty much big like Last of Us 2, where like Joel went from a selfish prick to a guy that really just cares about Elena. Spoilers. Ellie. Man, I'm messing up names today. But it's kind of like with Nadine. She's like, she grew to a character you like. She went from a selfish mercenary, a big mercenary that all cared about money. All she wanted to bring back Shoreline to a treasure hunter. A treasure hunter like Drake, Chloe, and what's his name? Sam. And it's like you really feel for it's like for some reason, and it's also I give a credit to the voice actors because they really make you feel their emotions. And it's like a couple of times Nadine kind of reverted back to being the old Nadine, especially when she met Sam. But it seems like she respects Chloe so much is that she kind of learned to get over her little, like not she didn't get over it, but she learned to put that grudge aside, and it really make you come to full circle about her character arc. And man, it's really cute when they have a character like her, and then they have this moment where she sees monkeys, and then you find out it's like, oh, I love monkeys, and it's like, that's cute. I think I'm starting to like her now. And I mean, there's nothing to say about Sam. If you played Uncharted 4, Sam's Sam. He hasn't changed a bit. He's Nathan's older brother. I was surprised he was in this game because I tried my best. Like, playing this game was my first experience, so I didn't know nothing about it. So I didn't know Sam was going to be in it. But like, so Sam is just Sam. That's all. But I mean, these two, Chloe and Elaine, Chloe and Nadine, really like made this for me and made the story experience good, and pretty much it made me enjoy the game a lot more. And what's it called, without dipping into too much, pretty much Chloe's looking for the Temple of Ganesh, the Tusk of Ganesh, because of her father. Her father, I guess, went batshit crazy at first trying to find it, but then more and more you play the game, you realize that's not the case. And so now she's trying to finish the legacy that her dad started. Same thing with Nathan and Sam with Uncharted 4, where they're trying to redeem their mother, who got discredited because I guess she went crazy. So Chloe was pretty much trying to do the same to protect her dad's legacy. At first it seemed like she hated him, but then more and more she started understanding what he did and what he found. So yeah. Also with Nadine, it seems like she's using this opportunity to resurrect Shoreline because like Sam and like Nathan really fucked it up. So she wants to resurrect Shoreline. So So she's using the money for the Tusk to get next to resurrect Shoreline, but the more you play the game, the more you realize she doesn't give a flying shit about these guys no more. Even at the end, she says she wants to be a treasure hunter. So it's like I can't wait to see more adventures with her and Chloe. And story-wise, this game gets an 8.5. It's good. It's the typical Uncharted story. Like the only big thing I will say is the character arts, which, like I said, not Uncharted, but Naughty Dog does those great. And now going on the gameplay, it's the typical Uncharted gameplay. It's pretty much cover shoot, puzzle solving, you find treasure, everything. You grapple hook, do all this stuff and climb. That's pretty much the gameplay. It's never changed. The only difference is that Chloe has a lockpicking mechanic, which it seemed prevalent at first, but Nadine kind of shits on it in the beginning, where she just kicks a door saying, "Why are you doing this? Like, we can just do it this way." And the lockpicking mechanic hasn't been big since. You only really use it to like find better weapons or something. I think it had one little part in the final act, but you kind of shit on it again because it takes too long, which is funny. I kind of find it hilarious. But now, when I put all this together, and if you didn't know, my bad, kind of rambling, but story gets an 8.5 and gameplay gets an 8 because there's nothing changed except the lockpicking mechanic, which is not game breaking or nothing, so it's not really big on that. But here's my final thoughts. Uncharted Lost Legacy is a solid game, really good for a game that was just supposed to be DLC. So they made it into a big game, and I'm glad they did because it really made me realize that Uncharted can still go on without Nathan Drake, because what they did with Chloe is that she could actually be, you know, like Sony's like symbol now, like how sex symbol in my opinion, but I'm not gonna really say that. Kind of like how Lara Croft is. She could be the new Lara Croft if they're really Lara or Laura, it doesn't really matter, Croft. So hopefully if they ever do come back to Uncharted, I would love to see more games with Nadine and Chloe and Sam, because Sam, I do like Sam. I mean, Troy Baker all day. But alright guys, this is my review. Uncharted Lost Legacy's final score gets an 8.5. It's a solid game. If it's on sale, I recommend you buy it. If it's not, you can find it cheap. But support Naughty Dog struggle so they can make great games like this. So hopefully after Last of Us 2 they decide to come back to Uncharted, or my luck or my wish to go back to the Jack and Daxter series. But guys, it's FL50 signing out. Stay tuned, there'll be more content on my channel, and like and subscribe for more comment. I love like your opinion, so I can make my stuff better for your viewing experience. And hopefully this sounds a little bit clearer because I'm using a different mic. So thank you guys for watching, and I enjoy everything. Enjoy your day.